What's up, Brysen? How'd your math test go?
I guess I did okay, but I did get a B plus though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, man. You did a lot better than what I did. I barely made it, but I'm here now. So, do you remember what we learned last week? In our study last week.
Well, I did learn that we could learn about Heavenly Father joyfully.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And so this week we're gonna learn something else or something else that Jehovah asks us to do. Okay. All right. So we're gonna be in the God's Love book, and I'm gonna read paragraph 18. Okay. All right. Jehovah wants us to worship Him publicly in association with true Christians. That is why His Word says, "Let us consider one another so as to incite to love and fine works, not forsaking our meeting together, as some have the custom, but encouraging one another, and all the more so as you see the day drawing near." When we gather with fellow believers at Christian meetings, we have a wonderful opportunity to praise and worship our beloved God. We also build one another up and encourage one another. All right, so the question for that is, why should we worship Jehovah publicly in association with true Christians?
When we gather with our fellow believers, we have an opportunity to encourage them and to praise our Heavenly Father.
Oh, good, good, good. And also, it helps us to see that when we are out doing out in the ministry, it helps us to be able to, again, like you said, to draw them closer to Jehovah, so that they can be able to understand what we are teaching. Okay. All right. So, but also in your part, I also even see at home that you are studying over your presentations and making sure. Because I know you had, iffy about talking to people, but you overcome that in a very good way. And I noticed that, and I'm sure everybody else has. All right. So now we're going to talk about paragraph 19. All right. And I'm gonna read that too. Okay. As we associate with other worshipers of Jehovah, we strengthen the bonds of love and friendship in the congregation. It is important that we look for the good in one another, as Jehovah looks for the good in us. Do not expect perfection from your fellow believers. Remember that all are at different stages of spiritual growth and that every one of us makes mistakes. Seek to build close friendships with those who love Jehovah intensely, and you will find yourself growing spiritually. Yes, worshiping Jehovah with your spiritual brothers and sisters will help you to remain in God's love. How does Jehovah reward those who worship Him faithfully and thus remain in His love? All right, so before I ask that question, can you do me a favor and can you read Colossians 3:13, okay?
Continue putting up with one another and forgiving one another freely, even if anyone has a cause for complaint against one another. Just as Jehovah freely forgave you, you must also do the same.
Good job, good job. All right, so 19. How can we work to strengthen the bonds of love in the Christian congregation?
We should talk to each other and build up one another.
Exactly. And so even not only does that include in the congregation, but also even at home. I know there's some days where either I or you drive each other crazy, but that's normal. But it helps us again to see that once you apply what you do at home, you can also talk about what you bring to the kingdom halls. And also, it's important to be able again to talk to our fellow brothers and sisters, because even our older ones, because you even get to see like many different stories that they have, and it helps you to be able to grow stronger in the congregation. So that was good, man. That was good. So now, can you tell me again what you learned today?
Well, I learned that how to forgive how to forgive others freely, and how to build up one another, talk to each other more, and for overall how to learn about our Heavenly Father joyfully.
Exactly, that's good. And also, and no matter what, always remember that if you pray to Jehovah, He'll help you get through anything. All right, you ready to go?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.